Well, here we are. Give me a second here, guys. Okay, I'm just gonna have to be Miles first. Okay, I'm just gonna have to send out some Discord notifications. Oh, Roman. Bimal beat Roman. Okay. Well, bad luck, Roman. Oh, okay. Here we are. Okay. Let's turn this off. Hang on. Do you guys have audio? No, you guys don't have game audio. Okay, let me fix that. No, I didn't buy the 4090. My brother bought the 4090. It just arrived today. He doesn't get his other parts until tomorrow, so the card's mine for about 24 hours, and we can do with it whatever we want. So I thought we started playing Cyberpunk, and you guys can see the card's using 10 times as much power as the CPU. The CPU is using 40 watts. The card's almost using 400 watts. No, not cards. I said cards. Like the card's here in the card is here, Roman. It's just one card. The card is here. So the shortened version is the card's here. 5600G is going to win. Of course, guys, it's going to win. Okay, here we are. I think I don't have rebar on. We can go and turn rebar on in the BIOS, the later point. It shouldn't be too bad. And let's drive around a little bit. Night City here. Oh, I'm going to show you guys the settings. But it's pretty bad. Like, we're only getting 70 FPS here. Yeah, we're not going to go into BIOS right now. We're going to go in BIOS a little bit later and turn it on. I've actually had a little bit of trouble with it, getting display out on it. I've had to restart the system a couple of times until I got it to display. Yes, it's 4K. So DLSS quality mode, then everything maxed out, all the ray tracing maxed out, also the lighting maxed out on Psycho, and then we're at 4K. You guys can see the card's drawing like 400 watts. Why my brother's not around? He went to the shop and he's gonna buy some. He's going to build like a custom PC case for himself, and he's gonna get some wood cut right now. So he'll be here at about 6. So in about 2.5 hours he'll be here. But then I think we're gonna go for some food first, and I'm gonna be back later on stream. But this stream here is only gonna go about 1.5 hours probably. No, snow's actually been melting here. We've had last couple of days were really, really cold, and now it's clearing up again. Hang on, I have to turn down sound a little bit here. Hi, Extreme Soul. Pretty good. My brother just yeah, my brother just dropped off an RTX 4090 here, because he can't use it anyway until tomorrow. So we got the 4090 for at least 1 day. Oh yes, now it's melting. You can see CPU is using 40 watts. The GPU is using 400 watts. I didn't overclock it just yet. Let me show you guys. But I increased the power target as far as it went on it. So that's all it does. I didn't overclock it. Should we overclock the card? No, it's probably not smart to do the overclocking first. Yes, so this is the best graphics card you can currently have for 5603. And see guys, it's not bottlenecking. The card shows 99% utilization. No bottlenecks here. It's perfect. Okay, let's go. Let's go to Lizzie's bar. I think it's over there. Let's go to Lizzie's bar and go inside Lizzie's bar. That's usually pretty demanding spot there. Now we're getting shot at. That's not good. That's not good. I'm gonna have to send out a Discord notification right now. So on 1440p. Okay, so we can run it. I think it's running 1440p actually right now. But we can go 1440p. Of course we can. Here we are. Now the res is way too low for the card, I think. Now we're way too low on the res using DLSS at this resolution. So we're gonna go 4K. 720p. Of course, 720. Yes, it's maxed out ray tracing, everything. I'm gonna turn on sound. Abo is asking, is i5-10400F good for an RTX 2060 Super? Yes, that pairs really well. No, I didn't overclock the 5600G Roman. But yeah, i5-10400F is a good pairing for the RTX 2060, that's for sure. Okay. Well, it looks pretty good. Let's turn DLSS off. That's for noobs. Okay, so we're gonna run it native 4K, everything maxed out. I don't think we can get. Yeah, we're not getting 60 FPS. Hi, Joven Stark. Joven Stark. I appreciate it, mate. Thank you for stopping by. Okay. Now we're at 40 FPS. I probably wouldn't play it like this. That doesn't make sense. Okay. Okay, let's go put this on quality mode, and that's probably how you play it, right? You could go balanced on it. Yeah, usually you want to have like a balanced setup between CPU and GPU. But there's usually quite a lot of wiggle room in terms of your CPU, because your monitor's gonna factor in as well. So if you're playing on 4K, 5600G is perfectly fine driving that 4090, no problem. Whoa, that was cool. It's all maxed out, Roman. It's all maxed out. Even the ray tracing it's over ultra settings, higher than ultra settings here. It is completely maxed out. I think we're gonna play a little bit of League of Legends later. Let's see whether we can get like 2K FPS, something like that. CSGO. Abo deleted all their messages. Oh no. Oh no. You guys want to see the settings? Okay, let's see the settings. Half-Life 2, Portal. Portal, no RTX. You had a plan. What was the plan, Roman? There was no plan. See, everything's maxed out. It's all good. Yeah, we don't have a lot of time right now. We only have a little bit over an hour, like right now. So we're just gonna derp around a little bit, and then later on we'll do a proper stream. Yeah, that's not what we're gonna do right now because we don't have time. Yeah, if you turn the settings up, it doesn't. See, it's completely fine. And I haven't even overclocked the 5600G. I haven't even tuned the memory. It's just stock settings on the 5600G. And see it, I mean, you could get a little bit better FPS here. We're not like, it's not locked at 99%, but it's usually around like, I don't know, 95 to 99. Here it dropped a little bit, but that's probably because it was loading in some assets there. So yeah, it's not bad. I think for the stream we're gonna do later on tonight, I'm gonna put in the 5900X. Yeah, I'm gonna use the 5900X, and I'm probably gonna tune in the memory as well, because that's like the best I could do. I don't have a faster CPU than the 5900X, so we're gonna do that, and then we can maybe do some 1440p testing as well, because right now we're running 4K. Yeah, Roman, screen space reflections don't matter. So Roman says screen space reflections are not maxed out. Let's see. So Roman says this one, hang on, this one's not maxed out, but this doesn't matter because this setting doesn't do anything if you have ray trace reflections on. Yeah, that setting just gets overridden. And tonight we're gonna test some other games. We can go Witcher, we can go Portal, we can go Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, we don't have a ton of time now, so we're just gonna test some silly stuff. And then tonight we can do some more proper testing. And tomorrow I'm gonna have to give the card back, so it's almost like a review sample. My brother got me a review sample. It's pretty good. Yeah, it's using 360, 370 watts here. I've seen it go over 400 watts. Maybe we can go to like into the inner city, and maybe we can make it draw like 400 watts. Or we could turn off DLSS. Uvais Carney says, I guess as long as you don't play high FPS games. Well, it can push a lot of FPS. It depends on the game, right? I think it depends on the game. I don't know how many FPS it'd be able to push in like Counter-Strike. Probably not 2K, but it probably still be able to like push 400 or 500 FPS in CSGO. Yeah, we can test another game, guys. Okay, let's test a super easy game. Let's see how. Let's test the CPU bottleneck. We can go back to Cyberpunk in just a second here. Let's go to Steam here. And let's test out. This one is definitely going to bottleneck on the CPU. I'm just curious whether we can go over 1000 FPS on this one. No, we're not going to do Succubus. Neither of the Succubus games. Okay, this one. Okay, restarting up. Here we are. Oh, I have to make this a little bit. I have to, hang on, this here. We're going to have to make the overlay a little bit smaller here. Okay, so here we are. Rollerdrome. 49. I think my brother paid around 2K for it. Here we are. Okay, so 5600G is doing, what's our FPS here? Yeah, 400 FPS. Around 400 FPS. Okay, that's not bad. But you don't need a 4090 for this here. Okay, okay. But that game's not hard enough to run. See that we can also get 400 FPS using a 1070 or something like that. Look, so So we're gonna have to use a different game here. That's not going to work for us. That's not going to work for us. Maybe we can do. Let's just go back to Cyberpunk. That was all right. Oh, here it is. Oh, it didn't load up correctly. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. We have to increase the size of this one again. Here we go. Roman, we're not going to test these games right now. You can stop spamming that. Leon said he didn't understand about the value. My brother paid around $2,000 for it. Yeah, around 2K. But let's get back to Cyberpunk. Yes, we will later, but not now because we don't have time for it. Also, maybe it's not good to test those on stream. I have to double check first because some may require like accounts. I have to log in. That wouldn't be good, or they may reset the display. So then I'm gonna have to work that out with my capture device. But this is not bad. Oh, that was bad. Okay. Okay, we're not getting screen tearing. It's just curious where I'm from. I'm from Switzerland. Uwais Carney asked where I'm from. I'm from Switzerland. Yes. Where are you guys from? We typically have viewers from all over the world, but mostly from the Americas. We have lots of viewers from South and North America here, usually. I think most viewers are from Brazil, and then United States is second. Argentina may be third. You live in Sweden. Okay. Okay. Roman, stop harassing chat. Okay, let's load a different save. And where's my good save? Oh yeah, this is bar. Okay, let's see. This usually destroys graphics cards. Let's see. Here we are. Oh, still 50 FPS. That's pretty good. Character models are nice in 4K. The texture on the clothing is also really nice. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah, it's nicely textured. I don't want to talk to that guy. The barkeep. Nope. Roman's not from India. Roman's from Russia. Okay, 60 FPS here. Let's get out the arch and drive out into the Badlands, and we can check out performance in the Badlands. Bimal is from India. So I think Bimal is from India, right? So Bimal, it's 11 p.m. in India right now. Is that right? Yes, it's 11 p.m. I wanted the arch. Where's the arch? The arch is over there. Okay. Because time difference between Switzerland and India, it's 4.5 hours. It's around 5 p.m. here. Okay, Watson, Westbrook, Nepal. Are you sure? Is that no? That's not the same time zone. That's not the same time from. Yeah, 23:15 India. So 9:30. Interesting. I thought it'd be from India. 9:30. Okay, that's fair. Okay, we're gonna drive into the Badlands. See here on the highway, we get like 80 FPS. It's really good. You have Ryzen 5600 with 8 gigs of RAM. Okay. Tanish says they have a Ryzen 5600 with 8 gigs of RAM. So you should probably update that or upgrade that to 16 gigs at some point. Especially if you have only like a single stick. That's costing you a lot of performance if you have only a single stick. Yeah. You're basically gonna get like double performance in games if you upgrade to dual channel RAM on it. It's like 40%, it's like 80% more performance from your current level. It depends a little bit on the game. But this is good. Also, but the 4090 has some coil whine. It has some coil whine, but maybe it even got better since I've started to stream. Yeah, the card's definitely got coil whine. And the coil whine is audible over the fans. The card is super quiet, but you can hear the coil whine. On the other hand, I am using it on an open test bench. So maybe if you put it inside the case, the coil whine's not as audible. It's probably not dual rank RAM. It have to be a really old kit for it to be dual rank. And you can mix dual and single rank sticks. It works. I've actually tested that. You get a little bit worse performance than if they're matched, but it's not super bad. Tanish says they tried Warzone, but it crashed. Oh yeah, yeah. That happens. But it may not be a problem with your hardware. It may not be an exclusive problem. Okay, let's drive out into the Badlands. See what happens. So here we get up to like 80 FPS. And 5600G is still holding up its end. See, we're still at like 99, 98% CPU utilization here. Whoa. Oh, that one's a good one. But let's check. I think I have crowd density on medium. Okay. So we gave it this one. We gave it crowd density on medium. I think if you want to go on high, you should have like a modern 8-core or maybe at least like a 5600X or better an 8-core CPU if you want to put this on high, the modern one. Tanish says they're thinking about pairing their 5600G with a 1616 Super. Yeah, that pairs really well. A 1616 Super is, I think that's between like a 1070, around the 1070 towards the 1080, right? So that's pretty good. I think you can get them on AliExpress for like $130 right now. The 1616 Supers. So for some people, that might be a good option. You can buy them from brands like Shinsha, I believe, and Galax. Although I'm not sure Galax on AliExpress, but I think Shinsha's on AliExpress, and they're selling their 1660 Supers there. 3060M. I haven't seen that one personally. Oh, these things look really reflective here. Yep, some clipping issues there. 3060 mobile. Okay, they're making these now? Interesting. How much are those, Raman? The 3060 mobile variants. They just slapped them on the graphics card. This here is pretty nice. 70 FPS here. DLSS quality mode. No. AliExpress will sell you a single one. I think you're thinking about Alibaba. Alibaba is not gonna send you a single one, and you need to have like a business registration. 300? I think that's a lot for the 3060 mobile. For that, you can get a 6600 XT in most places. At least. I've actually seen them sell 6700s here for, I believe, 400. Still CPU 40 watts, GPU almost 400 watts. I want to check out how much heat is kicking off. Oh, the backplate's hot. The backplate's super hot. FinStack? Yeah, FinStack's hot as well. It's kicking off some heat, but that's good. I have to heat up my room a little bit, so that works out. Oh, AliExpress is banned. Bad luck. Bad luck. Roman's in Russia. Bimaz has $300 budget for the entire PC. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to buy a 4090 for my own rig. That's for sure. I don't do enough gaming in like my own time when I'm not making videos. I actually don't game a whole lot. Or when I play games, the games I'm playing, and I'm perfectly happy running them at like lower settings. Used GPUs. Well, that depends. I think eBay is a little bit tricky for used stuff if you're buying it internationally. Because even if you claim it's defective and you can get your money back, they're going to require you to send the thing back, and that can be expensive internationally. Oh no. Why are these... Oh, okay, that is a lot lower res. Why is this so low res? It's going to pop in? Oh yeah. Okay, there's some problem there, loading in these thingies. Oh yeah, Javier commented today they've got themselves 1080 Ti. Yeah, that's an awesome card. I still love my 1080 Ti. It runs like every game I want to play. The 1080 Ti can run it at settings I'm happy with. So yeah, this 4090 is cool. I just wouldn't have a use for it myself. I just use it for AV1 decoding. I just put it in there, display adapter and AV1 coding. Make get all the gamer boys to rally up against me. Tanesh says they saw someone saying that if Ryzen 50 was cheap, it would be RTX 750. Well, it depends on your RAM configuration. So if you have like standard RAM, it's about the GTX 750 Ti level card. If you have like really fast RAM, you're on like GTX 1050 level. So that's 1050, not 1050 Ti level. 3060 Ti. No, why would you only get the 3060 Ti? You should obviously get the 4090. It's the only logical choice. What's that? Okay, that looks funny. 3200 megahertz RAMs. Yes, 3200 mega transfer is perfectly fine for RAM. That's good. Go big or go home. No, 3060 Ti works great. I'd go for a 1440p monitor with that combo. So 5600G, and then you get a 3060 Ti. Get a 1440p display on it. I think that works great. And you really won't have to worry about bottlenecking. Yeah, Javier only plays World of Warcraft and old games, so yeah, it's not worth spending $1,700 for that. Yeah, this one was like 2K, but here it includes like sales tax. Here it includes sales tax, and it's a pretty nice MSI card. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. The card we're using here. It's insanely large. I'm using it on an ITX motherboard. It's like twice the size of the ITX motherboard. It's absolutely insane. Oh no. Oh, sorry guys. Okay, here we go. RX 590. Well, I think you could be happy with the performance on that one, the RX 590, but it's a really old card. It's a really old card. That might be a problem. Because these are going to be on the chopping block next they will lose driver support. That's the next generation that's going to lose driver support is 500, like 400 and 700 400 and 500 series AMD cards are up on the chopping block next for driver updates. And on Nvidia, it's like the 900 series stuff. Faraz says they already have 1080p 165. 1080p 165 hertz. I think you could get 6600 XT would work really nicely with that. 6600 XT or a 3060. I think it's like the highest end I'd probably go on that. Masum Hacks here. Masum's been here yesterday, I believe, or the day before yesterday. And Sage is asking, or says, to be honest, they don't really know what they should choose for their 5600G. 3060 Ti or RX 6700 XT. I think if you're not super into the ray tracing, you probably want to go 6700 XT. If like ray tracing is like your number one thing, probably get the 3060 Ti. Yeah, for like machine learning stuff, well, I think the ROCm thingy from AMD, they've updated it now, but I haven't had a chance to test that out for like machine learning implementation, like Keras or PyTorch, that kind of thing. I haven't had a chance to test that myself. I haven't looked into it recently, but they may have caught up a little bit for machine learning. So we'd have to do a little bit of research on that one as well. I think the Intel cards work really well for Keras stuff, like Keras TensorFlow. I think that works using Intel's One API. So really, AMD has to catch up with software in that regard. I think their hardware is actually pretty good for machine learning stuff. It's just their software is not there or wasn't there to work like flawlessly with the common machine learning libraries. Then Tanish says they're confused. Fuse VPN towards stuff from website is banned. We don't know. We don't know. Maybe your stuff will get there. Maybe it won't. Really can't say. No. AI is not only supported by CUDA. So CUDA is basically NVIDIA's thingy for GPU accelerated computing, right? And then on Intel's side, it's called One API. I think like the machine learning library that's called Keras, like TensorFlow, I think these are like agnostic or have like implementations for these. So on Intel, it's One API. On NVIDIA, it's CUDA. And on AMD, it's called ROCm. Although that wasn't working properly. Like you had to go through tons of few hoops to make that work last I checked. So I'd be really interested in doing a little bit of research into that, into CUDA, One API, and ROCm, and like compare like machine learning performance. I'd be interested in making a video like that, but I'd first need an Intel card and a newer AMD one as well. So Sage is asking, what will be the best GPU for 5600G according to you? 1080p 144 hertz more. They just want to spend money wisely. Yes, I'm going to make a video pretty soon, guys. I'm going to make a video where I'm talking basically about all the GPUs that I would recommend for a 5600G, because there are lots of cards that can make sense if the price is right. Maybe you can get secondhand stuff, maybe you can't get secondhand stuff, and so on. So I'll be making a detailed video about that. Be talking about like 40 GPUs maybe. But for 1080p 144 hertz, I'd probably go something like 6600 XT. That's like the highest end card. I'd probably go for that, like 6600 XT or RTX 3060. If you can also get stuff on AliExpress, for example, you could get a 1080 Ti. That would work pretty well. You could get like an RX 570 on AliExpress. That would also work really well for 1080p. Hey, Mustache Guy's here. And then, okay, you're an AI developer. Yeah, I haven't I haven't worked with Keras in a little bit, but I think I've seen that it works using One API on the Intel cards. I think there is a thing. And then last time I tried the AMD stuff, you've had to like compile the ROCm thingy yourself, and it was too many hoops to go through, so I gave up on that back then. Now I haven't looked into it recently, so it'd be interesting looking into the AI stuff, comparing all the vendors, but I'd need a card from each of them. The 4060 Ti. Yeah, we don't know whether there's going to be a 4060 Ti. There probably will be, but Nvidia first wants to sell through their cards, and AMD wants to sell through their cards as well. So there's just no incentive for them to release cards lower down in the product stack right now. So we're kind of stuck here. I'd like to have like a good, like new $300-400 option. I think that would be like my price range for a gaming rig usually. Javier says here on the US, my local micro. So Javier says in the US, in the micro center, I think they are selling 6700s non-extreme for 300, several open box for 20. Yeah, here as well. You can get in Switzerland, you can get like the 60. Well, you can get the 6600 XTs for less than 300 in some cases, and you can get 6750 XTs for like 450, I believe. So pricing is pretty good now on new and used stuff. And you can also pick up stuff like 2080s, that kind of thing used. Yeah, they want to get the 30 series stuff out. And AMD wants to get the 6000 series stuff out, right? If they release a 60 tier card now, or 600 tier card now, that's just gonna make they're just gonna have to drop prices on like their higher end previous gen cards, and they don't want to do that. So they still want to sell those cards. Let's think that like let's say the 4090, it costs a lot, but you can argue it's a fair price because it's the most powerful card by a fairly large margin, especially if it comes to ray tracing, but also in rasterization. So you can basically put any price tag on that. But then based on that price tag, the 4080 is just a bad value right now. And the 7900 XTX, it's a little bit better value if you don't care about ray tracing, but still not that great. And the XT, so not the XTX, so the 7900 XT, that's just a bad value. So that thing only exists to upsell the 7900 XTX, which is barely better value than the 4080. And the 4080 basically only exists to upsell the 4090. So all of the new cards basically just exist to upsell the 4090. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the 4080 is not attractively priced. I mean, if you're looking to spend like 4080 money, you probably don't care about spending another 500 or so to get the 4090. Like the buyers buying this card is not that sensitive to the actual cost of the card anymore. They just want the best card. And if you just want the best thing, like buying a 4080 just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, okay, so but the 3090 had just massive price inflation on it because of all the supply shortages back then, and scalping and supply shortage and pandemic. So demand was up from consumers, demand was up from miners, it was up from scalpers, and then there was less supply. So prices went up super hard on that one. The 4090 should be called... No, I think that would be even worse. So if the 4090, if they called it 4090 Ti and the 4080 4090, No, I don't think that would have made sense. I think the naming's fine. The naming's fine, but the 4080 shouldn't be over $1,000. It should be better value. Hi, Matthias. Because this generation, at least, the highest end one, the 4090, it is significantly faster than anything else you can buy. So you can justify it costing like $2,000. But then if you're still charging like 1,200 for the 4080, I don't know. It doesn't look that attractive. Thank you. We'll have a wonderful stream. We'll be going for another hour or so now. So if you're tuning in now, if you're listening to the stream or watching the stream, or either or both, whatever suits you, this is gonna be a bit shorter stream. And then my brother's gonna come over here in about an hour's time. And we're gonna go and get a bite to eat probably, and then the stream will pick up later on. So there will be another stream later today. And we'll probably be using a 5900X instead of that 5600G, just to see whether it makes a difference. But on these settings here, I think it's not gonna make a difference. If we're gonna go lower on the resolution, yes, that it's gonna make a difference probably. I'm also gonna tune in the RAM a little bit, so I'll get it my best shot. Yeah, but this card is crazy. On the other hand, I don't... Yeah, it looks nice. But like, from an experience point of view, it's not that much. The difference between this and like a 3070 is like, yeah, it's there, but you can play similar settings on a 3070, a little bit lower resolution. You're gonna tweak the settings a little bit, and it's gonna be qualitatively almost the same experience. Javier's asking, is AMD coming out with new APUs? They are, but it might be a bit. I think they're first gonna release the 3D V-cache CPUs. So I think like the 7800X3D, those are gonna be next. And then probably after that, we're gonna get APUs. But I'd be super happy if we get the APUs earlier. I'm definitely gonna pick up at least one APU from their stack. Maybe we're gonna pick up more than one APU. Now usually the lowest one, like the lowest tier one you can buy, is probably going to be the best value this time, because you don't want to pay for more cores, you just want GPU cores, right? So, and the lowest end one is probably gonna give you the best value per RDNA 2 compute unit that they're gonna put on it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to testing the APUs. I mean, this here is fun, but I'm gonna have a lot more fun testing those APUs. And then until they release those APUs, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get faster RAM as well. Oh, this does look really nice. We can't deny that this looks really, really nice here, and it runs smoothly. Ultra maxed out settings. Yeah, the shadow looks good. Even even the shadow on the pants looked realistic, so that's really good. Oh, we could turn down the settings and see whether we get CPU bottlenecked if we turn down the settings a little bit. If we could just go like ultra instead of psycho there. Yeah, it was everything completely maxed out. Now we're going to turn that down a little bit. We are on 4K and DLSS quality mode. To Javier's asking, will the APUs require DDR5 RAM? Yes, they will. I'm absolutely certain they will. They're not gonna release them on AM4. And that's the point, right? Because it didn't make sense to use RDNA 2 for their APUs because it was just bottlenecked by DDR4 RAM. And now that you can get DDR5 RAM, and you can actually get really fast DDR5 RAM already, I think that's going to be really good. I think in terms of APU performance, we're gonna see about GTX 1060 3 gig level performance. Maybe 6 gig, like 1066 gig model performance on the higher end APUs. It's a little bit better performance after having turned off that psycho setting. But let's get the psycho setting back so we're actually running the maxed out version. Franco says hello. Hello, Franco. Welcome to the stream. No IG. Ravinskar says. Ravis Ankar R. No IG. What are you talking about, bro? No. Oh, okay. Let's blow some stuff up. We haven't worked on that just yet. Okay. Oh, you're saying they will be compatible with DDR4? But they would have to release an entire new chipset for that. I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think it would be a good idea to get that. Why would they do that? How are you? I'm fine, thank you. How are you? No, I think the entire point of those APUs is that you can go and pair them with DDR5 memory. It's gonna increase bandwidth a lot. And memory bandwidth is the bottleneck on APUs, right? And now that we can get that DDR5 on APUs, that's going to boost the performance. There's just not enough bandwidth on DDR4. That's why they stuck with Vega, because it didn't make a difference. Get that guy. Oh, here you can... Okay, so on the sword, you can kind of see DLSS at work. You probably cannot see it in YouTube after like it's gone through YouTube compression. But if I move the sword a little bit, yeah, you can tell. It goes a little, the blade goes a little bit soft. No, they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna make because you need motherboards that are DDR4 compatible. So you need boards that do it, and then you need a memory controller on it, and then you're gonna end up putting two memory controllers on it, one for DDR4, one for DDR5. So you're wasting silicon there. I don't see them doing it. Like I cannot see a reason why they would do that, especially why they would do it now. I think if they were going to support DDR4 on Zen 4, is it right? On AM5, they would have released it that way. Yeah, it's not the physically, it's not the same slot, right? Hi Enrod, and no Enrod, we still haven't checked out Stalker. Maybe we can play Stalker a little bit later on the 4090. Yeah, you actually have different physical slots for DDR4 and DDR5. And also you need the memory controller on. Oh, we can't get in here, I think, but that's a quest area here. But we cannot get back in. Interesting. Maybe through the roof. Come on. See, this is a quest area. You can go in here, but apparently after you complete the quest, it's no longer accessible. That's sad. Or maybe you can go in through a window. No. Oh, this one's still open. Okay. That was lucky. 21, it's a record. No. I think 25. 25 concurrent viewers is the record, and we're at 21 right now. Well, DDR5 has been coming down in cost a lot. So my brother bought the 4090 here, right? And he's going to build a new PC on AM5. And maybe we can even test his entire build once it's done. But he got some DDR5 RAM. And I think he paid, let's say, only $200 or so, a little bit over 200 for 32 gigs. And he got the good stuff. He got like 5600 C28 RAM. So really nice DDR5 RAM. You can get it a lot cheaper now in a lot of places already. Poor 5600G. No, see, the 5600G is doing this job perfectly well. See, that RTX 4090 is sitting at 98% utilization. It's drawing almost 400 watts, while the CPU is only drawing 40 watts. The CPU is crazy efficient. I really like it. What settings? It's a secret. No, it's completely maxed out settings. Completely maxed out settings. The ray tracing stuff, maxed out. This one here, it doesn't matter. It gets overwritten by the ray tracing setting. This one doesn't matter. DLSS quality mode, and then 4K resolution. It's the proper settings. Now, if you want to play this game at like high crowd density instead of medium crowd density, and you want to get 150 FPS, yeah, you're probably gonna need a different CPU. You're gonna have to upgrade that CPU. But for this, it works. It's all about the settings and the resolution and the refresh rate of your monitor and how you want to play games. If you want to max out graphics in every game and play at 4K or super sample, 5600G is probably going to drive that 4090 in lots of games. I'm curious how it's going to hold up in Red Dead. We're going to do that later. We're going to test it on Red Dead. We're going to test it in Metro. We're also going to test it in Plague Tale Requiem, I think. We're also going to test High on Life. And probably the Witcher remaster. We're going to try that one. Got that guy. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be a solid CPU for quite some time. What's going on here? Okay. Yeah, I have a Noctua cooler on it. But I think it actually runs cooler than this usually, but the CPU is actually exhausting some of the heat into the CPU cooler now, so it runs a little bit harder than it usually does. But keep in mind, ambient temperature in my room is pretty low. It's probably like 17°C. Okay, let's call the arch. Oh, that was the wrong one. Where's the thingy? Got that guy. It's freezing. Yeah, I'm using GPU heating. Aren't you guys using GPU heating? No, I usually don't turn on. I haven't turned on heating really the last 2 years or so. But this is only my office space. It's like my office space. So at home we use heating. And soon we're going to move, and then it's just we have the same place. Yeah, it's cold in Switzerland. Although fortunately it got warmer again. It's like 5 degrees centigrade now. It used to be below freezing yesterday, and for the last 7 or so days it was absolutely freezing. And snow, it was bad. I was staying home. Well, I usually stay home. Because outside, there are people outside, and you don't want that. Okay, a little bit of parkour. Let's go. Oh, that texture didn't load. Whoa. What? That thing, that you can't go over. Yeah, okay. We found a bug. We have to report this to CD Projekt. Okay, this part of the pipe you can't stand on. Did you see that, guys? Oh man. This doesn't look like Bottleneck City. Oh. Who would have who would have thought it's not going to bottleneck at 4K maxed out ray tracing? But I didn't expect it to bottleneck. Oh, that was funny. I liked that one. But I think we broke the viewer record. Roman, I think we broke the concurrent viewer record there. For a second, I think we went to like 25 or 26. So I'm a big streamer now. I'm a big boy. Okay, let's call the arch. The arch. No, this one. That's just too easy to drive. 25? Yeah, 25 or 26. Does my controller work? I think the card is actually heating up my room. I think it's actually already warmer in here. Chipping in. Oh no. Okay. That was planned, as always. I planned that. 4090 power. Yes, it's heating up my room. It's great. They should use this as like a... In their marketing, they should use like... You can also use it as like just like a heater. It's great. Why would I go and buy like a $300 like space heater if I could just get a 4090 and heat my room using a 4090? And then on the side you can play some games. Artemy Paw is also from Russia. Also, oh, I missed your message there. But you said you'll subscribe. Well, welcome. Yeah. Play some games, cook some food, and then you're warm at night. Yeah. Yeah. But this here's my like it's my office space. It's not my living space. Well, it's not the same apartment. I have like this small office space here. I'm using this as my office. But not for long. We're going to move. I'm gonna have a new nerd lair. And my dream is coming true. I never got to live in my mom's basement, which was a disappointment to me, of course. I would have loved that. But in our new place, I will be able to have my office in the basement. So I can fulfill my dream of living in my girlfriend's basement. Matthias is looking forward to see 7900 XTX price in Brazil. Yeah, it's gonna be expensive for sure. Yeah, my brother first, he wanted to get a 7900 XTX, but then he thought, no, it didn't do well enough in ray tracing for his upgrade, because he wanted to play some ray tracing stuff, right? And he's got a 3080 right now. And the 7900 XTX, it wouldn't have been enough of an upgrade for him over his 3080 and ray tracing. So he just said screw it, and he went for the 4090 instead. Oh, I think yeah, we're gonna have also gonna have like my server room. I'm gonna have like a server room, my tiny data center. We're gonna have some space for that, and we're actually gonna, no joke, we're actually going to use the heat that's being produced by the server to heat the house. So that's already planned. I think we're gonna have in the future, we're gonna have to restrict chat language to English. Because those Russians, they're scaring the viewers away. It's the same every time. The Russians come in, they invade the chat. Yeah, they invade the chat. Then it's Cyrillic letters all over and everybody's scared. Also, you guys know that we only make appropriate jokes here on my channel. So by definition, the jokes I make are appropriate. Yeah, let that sink in. It's an axiom. I said it will be so. Oh. Reading chat and driving is just not that easy. What education do I have? Well, I went to a school. See, I went to a school, and then I went to another school. And then I went to another school. And then went to another school. But then I got bored of that school, and I went to another school. And I've been to lots of schools. I've studied computer science. Well, I started out studying computer science, and then I never finished that degree. And then I studied some stats and psychology. But I'm doing like data science stuff. For a living, I'm doing data science stuff. Or I can make it sound cool and say, oh, I work with AI. Yeah, I work with AI all the time. I'm an expert. No, I know a little bit about AI. And I've played around with that stuff and even programmed some stuff from scratch, that kind of thing. But typically you're just gonna get some data and you're gonna shove it into some algorithm and it's gonna spit out an answer. To keep the viewership up. Well, the stream's only gonna go for another 20 minutes or so here because my brother's gonna come back. I can still keep the card. Don't worry, guys. The card's staying with me. He's not gonna get it back until tomorrow. At least until tomorrow. Maybe I can get him to leave the card here for another day or so. But we're gonna get a bite to eat later on, and then the stream will be on break for maybe an hour, maybe two. We'll see. And then we're gonna come back and do I'm gonna do a substantial stream, so a couple of hours, but I don't think it will start before like 8 p.m. my time. Bribe plus 25 social credit. Roman, you're not the one to do that. That's my call. And I just think Pixel J didn't do enough just yet. Like he's trying. I can tell he's trying, but it's not. It didn't show just enough dedication just yet. He can get there. I trust he can get there, but I need to see that he can get there. And then we can give him some credits, but it's too early. I don't want to commit to that. No, 25. No. I'm gonna save you guys from the future when AI goes rogue. I don't know about that. Yeah, Pixel Shade's gonna have to work a little bit harder, I think. But then we're gonna give him a little bit of social credit. Write with pencil? No. Okay, let's get out of that car. Well, it's probably pretty generous to still call it a car. Hello, car. Can you destroy it? No. Oh, it's already missing. Okay. Tell mom. Oh. No. I thought we were safe. He could still hear us. Oh. So, that was a joke, of course. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't joke. I just tell funny truths. Also, this, I'm pretty sure that's like a mission I did at some point, and it just doesn't reset. I think they still have to do some cleanup work. Okay. Let's get that stuff and leave. Okay. Javier asks. Oh, that's a good question. Javier asks whether the new APUs are going to have like double performance. And double performance, I think yes. They're going to have double performance over stock setting. I think Roman mentioned that that we should give you 25 social credits for your efforts. I think they do stuff like that in China, don't they? They have like social credit stuff in China. Okay, new APUs. Yeah, I think performance will double. There will be a chip that has like double performance of stock 5600G. Maybe even faster than that. It's going to depend on memory. But if you can get like 8000 mega transfer DDR5 RAM, because in terms of graphics performance, if you look at like the ratio between memory bandwidth and GPU compute performance, you can see that those are actually really closely correlated on most cards or for most GPUs. You goat. Is it good? Hang on. What are we talking about? I think they do Reto, the goat, no cap. Yeah, I'm a goat, no cap. Okay, I like that. And now we have a person in chat that's got like a Cyrillic letter in their name. That's super dangerous. That's super, super dangerous. Oh, okay. So we have some new people in chat. Or, yeah, we have some new people in chat right now. So I'm gonna show off the car surfing. I'm gonna show off that car surfing. He wouldn't understand that. Oh, okay. So you ask, okay, GTX 1660 and Ryzen 5 2600. Yes, that will be a decent combo. Okay, so you can do this here since patch, I think 1.5 or 1.6. I'm not entirely sure. And you can surf around. And now you can see the reflection. No, that guy already died. See, that's the problem with this approach. The driver, they kill themselves pretty often. This one also died. We need a new one. We need a new one. Come on. No. 30. We have 35 viewers. No, 34 viewers. Okay, we're gonna do car surfing. Okay. Oh, but the ray tracing is cool. Now you can see the reflection in the windshield. No. We're gonna have to find a better driver. Come on. I trust in you. Why not OC the CPU? CLI Row asks why I don't OC the CPU. And there's a very simple answer to that question, of course. Let me turn the camera here a little bit. Come on. I'll answer your question. Okay, so the reason I don't overclock that CPU is because I'm lazy. No, I just reset the BIOS and I just put on the XMP and then I was too lazy to go back to the BIOS. I just started the stream. No, that guy died as well. No? Drive. No, that guy doesn't work. Maybe she works. No, we're stuck here. Usually that makes him drive. Okay, we're gonna have to find a different car. 56. Which software I use for 5600G optimization? I just I've developed a new technique. So what I do is I get a piece of paper and then I just, whatever frequency I want, I write on the piece of paper and I wish really, really hard. And that does the trick. Not again. I was able to get this to work for like 5 minutes at a time, but today's drivers are just horrible. Mithun is here. Good to see you too, man. I have a video on overclocking, but specifically on not overclocking the CPU. Come on. Okay, maybe we just have to help the driver out a little bit and just shoot the other ones. Let's shoot those guys. We have to do our part as well here. No shooting and driving. Well, I'm not... No, I fell off. No, it worked so well. I have a video on overclocking. Overclocking this CPU isn't that hard. So you can either find like tutorials for like using the, what's it called? Curve optimizer, you can do that. There are plenty of videos. I think like Optimum Tech has a pretty good video on that. You can go and look that up. Or you can just manually overclock it using a fixed frequency. That's what I do on this one because it uses super little power anyway. And I can run it at like 4.65. So I can do like an extra 200 megahertz all core overclock on it. And Artemy asks, what was my first GPU? Oh, what was my first one? I think it may be like a GeForce 3 200 Ti. Is that a card? That was probably the first one I was able to use in a PC that my mom bought at some point. And the first one I bought for myself, I can't remember actually. But one of the first ones, one I've been using for a long time, I think was a 1660 660 or 660 Ti. Yeah, one of those old ones. But I've had a one before that one. I think that was like a GT210 that I was basically just using as a display adapter. And it was able to run like Stalker. Okay, let's car surf again. That was way better. Because if I have to drive, I cannot focus on chat. So we're going to get ourselves a driver here. And then I can focus on chat. Oh yes, that's true. If you use RGB paper, your overclock is going to be more stable. Not Big Chungus says hello. Well, if you're not a Big Chungus, what are you? We do not accept ambiguous names here. But the game looks beautiful. And I don't have to play it. The game plays itself. It's awesome. Jimmy Chungus. Okay, that's acceptable. You have lots of people in chat now. It's actually getting a little bit harder to keep track of it. Usually it's only Roman going on my nerves. But now we have lots of people here. Roman's a good guy. He's just a little bit over enthusiastic sometimes. But he's funny. CLI Roses. They have a Ryzen 5600G and overclocked their iGPU to 2500 megahertz. But performance is the same with 24. Performance shouldn't be the same. Well, if performance is the same, you're just bottlenecking on memory, on your RAM speed. What RAM speed are you running? What happened? No, where did the car just where did it go? It just exploded. It just disappeared. Maybe we can get this one. Come on. I think it's really cool. You can see like the reflection of the city in the windshield here. That's super awesome. I like that a lot. So that's really cool. That's really, really cool. So your memory is fast enough. I used to run my thingy at 2500 megahertz, my iGPU. But now I'm only running it at like 2450 because I can lower voltage a little bit. Do I smell burning? No, I think it's fine. It's my 4090. Is it burning? No. The backplate's really hot. Maybe we can cook a snack on the backplate. That would be cool. We can make some bruschetta. Oh, I could really go for some bruschetta right now. Yeah, that's good RAM, CLI Road. That you should be fine. And Roman says... Of course, this is 4K. We haven't showed the settings in quite some time. It's 4K. Well, DLSS quality mode, sure. But we have all the ray tracing. We have the ray tracing on Psycho. Which animal has 50 legs but can't walk? Sounds like a trick question. A little bit of OC. No, not really OC on the GPU. Best afterburn. I've just increased the power target as far as it goes. not a big chunk, is I think you have to work on your chokes. You have to work on your chokes. That doesn't really work as a choke like that. Now, good news for you. You are in the presence of a master chokester. So you just keep watching and you'll learn. And then someday you can have your own stream and tell your jokes. No. Also, I think it's possible you can get run over. Yeah, okay. You can do it like this. Perfect. What happened there? No, drive. No. They're running away. Roman's gonna teach you. Okay. Hans was worried. Hans was worried we're gonna get bad result. No, the 5600G holds up his end. Or its end. Or their end. I think my 5600G is a girl, actually. Oh, utilization dropped a little bit here. I noticed it can't happen on the highway. I'm not sure why. It doesn't happen on other cards at the same frame rate, so I'm not sure what that's about. No, I fell off again. Okay, let's just load a proper save here. A proper save at night. Come on. That's a good one. I need an R9. No, I don't need an R9. I have an R9. I'm not using it. I need to OC the CPU. No. Well, I'll do my piece of paper trick. No. Right, guys. Next stream. This stream's not gonna go on for much longer now. My brother is gonna come back. Maybe it messaged me already. Oh, okay. No, the stream's gonna go on for another hour. He got stuck. Okay. We're gonna have the stream's gonna go for another hour now. But next stream tonight, we're gonna have 5900X. I'm going to overclock it and I'm gonna tune in the memory. And it's going to be awesome. And you're gonna be here cheering me on. Also, that 4090 is huge. I'm gonna take some pictures, then I can show you pictures during the next stream. He got stuck. I live in Switzerland. Yes. Hey, Roman's my chatbot. That's awesome. I live in Switzerland. Or do you mean whether I live in like a tent or an apartment or a house? Maybe I'm a gypsy. I travel around. Yeah, today my stream schedule is packed. We have new games, we have new graphics cards. What am I to do? I can't just not stream. Like, that's an option. The reflections of the car are nice. I like those. But they'd look a lot better if the car was damaged, but you're gonna have to watch someone else drive around Night City if you want the car to look good. Roman wants to be a moderator. No, that's not possible. We cannot do that, Roman. There are no moderators. But the bots are not here just yet. Last time we've had a couple of people in chat. The bots showed up and promised they promised us girls. Yeah. Those guys came here. They've had those nice websites. They promised us girls. But I went there and there were no girls. They just asked for my credit card, which was weird, but okay. I gave them my credit card. But then there were still no girls. And they promised girls. So don't fall for that, guys. I think we can shoot some people here. Why would I not let my girlfriend hear that? I was using her credit card. I didn't wish hard enough. Oh, I promise you, I wished really hard. I'm gonna get back to chat in just a second. I'm now playing Cyberpunk, so you guys are gonna have to be a little bit patient. I'll re-chat again, but I have some important stuff to take care of now. Oh, I killed those guys. No, there's another one over up there. No. There's another one. Okay, got him. Okay, what are you guys going on about? We're not doing votes. We cannot do votes like that. We'd have to do some voting tool. No one's gonna be able to count that. New Witcher 3 update. We could do that. Okay, let's do that. Actually, that's a good idea. Let's do the Witcher update thingy. Oh, let's just quit out of this game. Where are you living? I'm from Switzerland. Or are you asking whether I'm living in a tent or a house or an apartment or on the street? I set my test bench up on the street, playing outside. Okay, let's do Witcher for a bit. Also, guys, gonna have to let me know what you want to see later today. The settings. See, there are no settings. Okay, this one, I think we're gonna have to play it in 1080p. City, town, or village? Okay, let's go ultra. No, I started DX11 one. Okay, we have to restart the game. We're gonna have to try again. Hi, Odyssey. Okay, we're going for the Witcher update now. We've been playing Cyberpunk 4K maxed out ray tracing. You just update the Witcher. Okay. Okay, let's go DX12. So the 3060 wasn't able to run the ray tracing in this game, basically. If you want, it wasn't able to get 60 FPS using the ray tracing. And this card is probably so overpowered that it's going to be able to run it. Okay, RT Ultra settings. Okay, anti-aliasing. Oh, we have DLSS. And do we have frame generation? Oh, we can go frame generation, but I don't think we need that. We're going to have plenty of FPS here, I hope. And we don't need DLSS, so we're going to go TAAU. Yes, the one I'm using here is an old 4K screen. But we're playing at 1080p now because I think if I change the res to 4K, I'm gonna have to reset this capture device. We can do that in just a second. Let's see how this here works. I'm actually curious. It's not. What? No, that's bad. That's not possible. Are we too low in the resolution? Oh, maybe it's because we don't have rebar on. Oh, we probably would have to restart the system for rebar to take effect. Oh, that's bad. Okay, that's not a good idea. We're gonna have to do this one later. Okay. 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 But maybe we can try something different. Let's see. Resident Evil. Maybe Resident Evil. Metro Exodus. Maybe. I think it was a problem. It's a rebar problem. I have to restart the system one more time to get the rebar working. Portal with RTX. Portal with, okay, we're gonna have to install that. Okay, there's still enough space. Okay, let's install Portal with RTX for a second. Even Cyberpunk, yes, exactly. Witcher 3 is harder to run than Cyberpunk now. Yes, we're not really bottlenecked here. But I don't wanna wait for this one to install just yet. We're gonna have to play a game. But this one is an update. That's a tiny update. Let's go. Oh, is it? No, I don't have it oh, that's not good. It's not installed. We're gonna have to use this one. That's cool. Well, I think we should test out Skyrim, right? How fast is it going? 28 megabits, 33. I think it's going a little bit slower now because I need some of the bandwidth for streaming. It's usually a bit faster than that. CD performance bad. We can do, no, Elden Ring is no challenge. Elden Ring is just way too easy to run for this card. Oh, okay. Let's do this. I've got an idea. We're gonna do Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and we're gonna run it 4K at 200% resolution scale. So we'll be running it at 8K res. I think that will be fun. I don't pay for internet. The internet pays me to be on it. Silly questions. It's always the peasants that ask silly questions. Okay, let's come on, AC Valhalla. What's your internet speed? Right now it's pretty slow. Right now it's pretty slow. I think we only got like 43 megabytes per second. But I'm moving in about 2 months' time. I'm moving, and I'm gonna have 10 gigabit internet. Yeah, I'm gonna have 10 gigabit. It usually get a little bit better than this here. I usually get like 60 megabytes. I think it's a 500 megabit connection here. What's up with AC Valhalla? It's not starting up. Why not? Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's quite all right, but we're gonna get way faster. Okay, so Assassin's Creed Valhalla is not working right now. Let's stop that. Let's try again. It's Ubisoft optimization. So you guys can see there's a new reward program here, and I've actually left a comment on it. Where's my comment? Yeah, here. Come on, game, run. Okay, let's try this again. Here we go. Here we go. You guys have to root for me. Odyssey says this one only goes to 450 watts. This one actually only came with like the 3-pronged connector. I'm gonna show you guys some pictures later on. Ubisoft has never optimized anything, ever. I think Ubisoft has never fixed any problem in any of their games, except when they can charge for it. 1 second, guys. Okay, the frame thing is a little bit, it's tiny, but we're gonna have to, you guys gonna have to live with that for now. Yep, yeah, Rainbow Six Siege, exactly. Rainbow Six Siege is probably the only game they've actually done some quality of life changes to. Okay, we're gonna do this, and we're at 4K, and we're gonna run this one in 8K. Well, we're gonna try to run it in 8K. You also have my controller. Is it working? No. Plug it in again. Okay. Oh, Hans. Oh, Hans. If you're still here, thanks for stopping by. Sorry, I missed that. Now it's checking for add-ons. It's so annoying. You're just sitting here and why is it check? I just want to play the game. Okay. No, we don't need it. No, you don't need that. And it's okay. I can only run it at 30 hertz, my screen right now. That's the disadvantage. But we're going to go 200% resolution scale on 4K. And then we need alt. No, we're going to have to restart the game, right? Come on, Ubisoft. Please. It's like they have those meetings at Ubisoft and they go, okay, guys, what can we do to annoy our players a little bit more? How about they have to restart the game every time they change the graphics settings? Good one. Well, we're back loading the game. Hang on. No, our overlay is still working. Yes, exactly. That exactly. The game's gonna take 2 hours to load up, so you cannot refund it. And the funny thing is, Infected, they just did exactly that. They have this new promo, and to like unlock the free content, you have to play for exactly 2 hours. It's an anti-refund pyramid scheme. Same with Forza. What's up with Forza? Oh yeah, Forza is also terrible. You have to restart it all the time. Yeah, they have like a refer your friend program, and the program is, yeah, you have to invite your friend, and then you have to play 2 hours, and they have to play 2 hours, and then you get free stuff. And also, you will no longer be able to refund the game. But let's not talk about that. They don't even have Steam achievements. They didn't bother to add the Steam achievements. Oh, the card, 430 watts there. Did you guys see that? It went all the way to 430 watts. Marketing garbage cans, exactly. Yeah, Ubisoft desperately needs a change in leadership. If they continue that way, they're gonna be ruined in a couple of years. They have to look at what studios like CD Projekt do. They have to adopt some of their practices. Okay. See that, guys? No CPU bottleneck either here. Only 40 FPS. It's pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. It looks pretty nice. Although, we're running it at 8K. We're running the game in 8K. We're running the game in 8K. Let's go. Let's go a little bit. Let's just go like. Let's go down to like 6K res. Okay, 6K is no problem. Oh, that's smooth. I can show you guys. Here, you can see it's 4K. It says resolution 4K by 1.5x. So it's 150% of 4K resolution right now. And that's about twice as hard to run as 4K. Yeah, I've never bought anything on the Ubisoft cash shops. And I think theirs are especially annoying. Especially one in Odyssey, where you can buy like XP and like better gear. I think that's so stupid. Because now I don't know how I'm supposed to play the game, right? Is the game balanced around me having better gear? Or is the game balanced around me not having better gear? Is game progression balanced around you having the XP boost, or is it balanced around you not having the XP boost? Like, it completely destroys the game experience. Okay, so the grass looks really good. Can you guys see that? The grass is pretty nice. Yeah, so the RTX 4090, it's using 350 watts right now. The Ryzen 5600G is using 29 watts. Touch it. Grass is good. I have seen the new Hogwarts thingy. Have you guys seen the new Hogwarts thingy? Oh, I'm so excited for Legacy of Hogwarts. So the way we're going to do that one is I'm going to download Legacy of Hogwarts, and then I'm probably going to stream a full playthrough. Like, I'm going to make it like 20 hours if I have to. But I'm going to play through the entire game. No, and I don't want to touch grass. Touching grass is for non-nerds, and we don't have that around here. $6K res. You're happy to tag along, but I'm not sure what I'm going to be playing Legacy of Hogwarts as. So, in my heart, I'm obviously a Slytherin. I think no one's surprised by that. I'm a Slytherin at heart, but I think it would be funnier to go Dark Hufflepuff. What are your guys' thoughts on that? I think Dark Hufflepuff would be fun. Playing a Slytherin would be the most authentic for me. And then there's Gryffindor and the Ravenclaw. No one wants to play as these anyway. What's that? A boar? No, I don't care about that boar. On the right side, that's actually in-game overlay. That's Ubisoft's. You can if you hit F1, you can make that thing appear. Yeah, everyone in chat. There's definitely no nerds in chat. Oh, okay, so 6K res is really nice for like anti-aliasing. It looks insanely good. It looks insane. I'm gonna have to try Odyssey as well. Because you guys know that the picture of Cassandra you all like so much. Let me bring that up for a second. This picture of Cassandra everybody likes. I've actually also taken that at like 16K res. I was only getting like 1 FPS. No, it's not 4K, it's 6K. It's 150% of 4K. And that picture of Cassandra, I think I took that at like 10K res, something like that. You can't do it from the in-game settings, but you can go and edit the config file. So from in-game settings, you can only go up to 200% here. But if you go and edit the config file, you can put that to like 4x. So you're just gonna have to make it fit in your VRAM. But I used like settings that used like 23 gigs of VRAM when I took that screenshot. That's why it looks so good. And obviously because I'm super good at taking pictures in photo mode. That's the other reason. It's probably the more important reason why it looks so good. Oh, okay. Remove disguise. Looks insanely good, right? Insanely sharp. YouTube compression is not going to do that justice. I'm going to take some screenshots and we can look at some screenshots later on. What's the new recommended specs for Witcher? I don't know the new recommended specs for Witcher. But maybe let's go just 100. Let's just test 4K because we might actually CPU bottleneck here. No, We're not. But a tiny bit. We're CPU bottlenecking a tiny bit, maybe. But not like in any capacity that matters. $130 FPS at 4K. Oh. It's insane. That card's insane. You're gonna get the 4090. It's not my 4090 either, man. It's my brother's. He dropped it off. I'm only allowed it to have it like for one day for testing. Maybe I can make some video about it as well. I'm not sure yet. But I'm gonna have to give it back tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll be back to integrated graphics. just for the balance of it. Maybe tomorrow I'm gonna use my worst graphics card. Oh, my worst graphics card doesn't have this HDMI port. So maybe we can do something like that. Too lazy. Well, if you're too lazy, you're actually welcome here. What's noticeable here is that the textures, the ground textures are pretty low res. And some of that stuff here is also pretty low res. I think that stuff used to look better in Odyssey, didn't it? I think so. Like when there's actual foliage, it looks better. CPU's keeping up. If they're 4090 Galax, this one here it's an MSI card and it's insanely huge. I'm using it on my ITX motherboard. The 4090 is like twice the size of the motherboard, including the cooler. It doesn't look like 1080p 60. But that's because the reason it doesn't look as good is because I'm using the low latency setting in YouTube. It's 9 megabits. It's the highest that YouTube accepts. I'm using the highest quality setting to stream it in. But I'm using low latency mode in YouTube Studio. So I can interact with chat. Because if you use the high quality one, you're gonna have like a minute delay on chat. Or you guys gonna be like a minute behind, which is not ideal. And on the setting I'm using now, it's only like 7 seconds delay, and that's much better for interacting with chat. Yeah, if I was to record it using these settings, you'd get better quality. Also, if you go back, 8 to 9 kilo. Okay. Yeah, but only for 4K, right? Well, I could technically I could rescale it and send like 35 megabits for 4K. That would be an option to make it look nicer. But then I'm not sure it could do low latency. We can look into that. But I'm only sending 1080p 60 usually. But I can try sending them higher bitrate. I'll test it for the next stream. If they accept like 40 megabits, I'm gonna send it. That's not a problem for my upload. Okay, let's call the horsey. Where's my horsey? There's the horsey. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try sending higher bit rate a bit later on, before we start the next stream. Yeah, she wasn't able to get on the horse. No, I just pressed E and she would just walk behind the horse instead of getting to the side and climbing up on it. Yeah, so now we know 120 FPS in this game is not a problem for the 5600G. And it's also not a problem for the 4090 to deliver 120 FPS at maxed out settings. What's this? New territory discovered. Kent. Where am I now? Oh, here. Okay, let's do something useful. Let's get that. Oh, let's get this one. I think that'll be useful. But let's go back to, let's run it in 8K. Here we go. See, 8K is 4 times as hard to run as 4K. We went from 120 to 30. Okay, I'm gonna try to send higher bitrate, but maybe I have to trick it into telling YouTube it's a 4K stream then. This is 8K. The anti-aliasing on the leaves is actually next level. Now we can put on let's go and put on FSR. But it's the old FSR, right? It's not the useful one. Well, it's a useful one, but no, it shouldn't. Okay, so someone's asking. They have a GTX 1060 and a Ryzen 3 1300X CPU. And then thinking of upgrading CPU to Ryzen 5 3600. Is it worth it? Yeah, you're gonna need a CPU upgrade at some point, right? I'll come back to that in just a second. Let me just change the settings here. We'll come back to your question. Okay, let's go ultra quality just to get the sharpening. No, I'm not streaming it. No, YouTube doesn't accept AV1. At least not for peasants like me. Okay, so that's now FSR. I think we're rendering in like 6K res here. Okay, so yeah, I think you're gonna need a CPU upgrade at some point. The 1066 gig, I think that's holding up okay, even in newer games. But the 1300X, I think that struggles in newer games, right? You can get the 5 3600. You should definitely check whether you can get like a a 5000 series CPU instead. Because in lots of places, they're actually priced similarly. You can get like a 5600 for almost the same price as a 3600. So that's worth checking out. Yeah, you upgrade to 5600G. Yeah, that's a huge upgrade, right? Yeah, okay. But let's not use silly resolutions. Let's go back, let's go 100% on this, and then graphics, let's go to FSR, let's turn it off. Okay. H.264. Only H.264. Yeah, H.264 is the only one they take, I believe. But I'm gonna have symmetrical 10 gig fiber pretty soon. But my connection should be good enough to stream higher quality, but I think YouTube should not just not accepting higher quality. Because they probably cannot do low latency 60 FPS at 4K. Yes, I use OBS. And I'm obviously I'm not using this PC here for streaming, right? No, now I killed it. No, I didn't kill it, but I'm using a second PC for streaming. You can go here and they can turn that off at will. Okay, we're gonna get back. But one second, guys. Here we are. Back. One gig 200. Yeah, that's fairly decent prices. Where are you from? Germany. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna get, I think I can get the 10 gigs thing for like, I don't know, about 80 per month. The NV encoder on, you can set the NV encoder, and I have it on like, basically like lossless. I have it on lossless. I have, or almost lossless, like slow. I'm using slow preset. And the AV1 software encoder, I've tested that on. That doesn't work. It's not fast enough to do it in real time. I could use it for like transcoding stuff, but that's useless for me. So I'm gonna wait until I have a card that can do AV1. Maybe I have to get one of those Intel cards, like an A380. But that only works for encoding right now. You cannot stream AV1. None of the platforms accepts AV1 right now. Canterbury. Oh, that's Canterbury. Let's kill the Archbishop. There should be an Archbishop, right? Oh, here we okay. So now here we're hitting the CPU a little bit harder. Oh, we're bottlenecking a tiny bit on the CPU here. Yeah, I could probably do H.264. Like I could do this. I think it could handle the CPU encode, but I'm just using the NV encoder on the card because it's been good enough. Oh, it's not my 4090. It's my brother's 4090. We only have it for 1 day. We can have it for 1 day for testing. So you guys gonna have to tell me what you want to see. But we're only gonna do silly stuff. We're only going to do silly stuff. Here is CPU bottlenecking a little bit. We need to up the resolution. We need to up the resolution here. Let's go 150%. No, the bottleneck. No, he just bought one for his gaming rig. Yeah, no, Portal, it's not installing in background. I have it set to not install or update in the background or... No, that's not right. I have set it to update in the background, but to pause while playing games because I can't have it update stuff when I'm benchmarking. That's bad. Hasori, Hassani AR. Yeah, thank you for stopping by, mate. Okay. See you next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and tell your mom. Especially the last one, it's important. That applies to everybody else in chat as well. Like, subscribe, comment, and tell your moms. Fortnite. No, we're not playing children games here. This is a place for adults to play adult games. No, not those type of games. But we're only gonna play games that are suitable for grown-ups. Depends. What should you tell your mom? I don't know. Just tell her I said hi. She knows. She will know. She will know. Trust me. Your mom doesn't understand. You guys gonna have to talk to your moms more often. Tell them about the awesome streams you're watching. Oh, we've already done Cyberpunk. Well, we can do Cyberpunk again a little bit later. Well, when I'm back. So next stream that starts in a couple of hours. This one here is only gonna go for another 30 minutes now. Like puzzles. What kind of puzzles? Look at Reto and his big bench. Yes. Saints Row 4. No, I don't have that one. No Saints Row 4. There are only a few rules. No children games. So no Fortnite, no Valorant. Just the stuff that kids play. What are more kids games? I think those are the big ones, right? Valorant and Fortnite. These are exclusively for teenage rage lords. More videos about optimized settings. Well, maybe some. It depends. It doesn't really make sense to make a video like that for the 4090. Right, Valorant isn't a kid's game. Minecraft. Well, Minecraft isn't really a kid's, but lots of kids play it. Like a large chunk of the player base is kids. Like a over proportionally large part of the player base is kids, right? Yeah, in some games, if you want to get better FPS, you're gonna need a better CPU than this, that's for sure. But this CPU, you can buy it for $130. And the graphics card is more than 10 times as expensive. The GPU is about 15 times as expensive as the CPU here. And the CPU is still kind of keeping up pretty well. It's about silly things. What are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about the stream. Yeah, we're going to do silly stuff. We want to do silly stuff. Oh yeah, I think we're going to have to set up like DSR so we can try stuff in like 16K res. Three PCs. Well, that's quite a lot. Like, you only have to get like 1 or 2 more PCs and you're halfway to what I have here. So yeah, that's a lot. With RTX, what are we going to play with RTX? 6 consoles. No, I don't have a console. Oh no, I lied. I have a console. Guys, I bought the PS3 like a couple of months ago. I bought the PS3. But I only bought the PS3 so I can rip my own games and do emulation stuff. Yep. Prices like the 5600X, you can get it for like 170 here. And the 5600G, you can get it like for 130. Which now it's an insanely good deal. Dumb console. Ethereum. Yeah, that's a good pairing. Look, but it keeps up. No problem. We're running this at 6K resolution here. And there's no CPU bottlenecking. 109 in your country, Bangladesh. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I help almost everybody with everything. Like, I earn my likes and subscribes. I don't just read patch notes. Although I'd really like to try reading patch notes at some point. Here, a good YouTube strategy is you read patch notes and then you speculate about some tweets and then you get your audience to speculate in the comment section. I think I heard that works. Is some stuff not loading in here? This looks kind of bad. I think some stuff's missing here. Yeah, Carlos been watching some of the screen read tubers. It's really easy to get baited into watching those. It happened to me as well. The thing is, you watch these sometimes, and then you think, oh, these guys are gonna have the real news. They know what's going on, and then it's every time it's nothing but clickbait and speculation. They have like had the new Cyberpunk update is going to change everything, and then it's like they fixed some minor bug or whatever. So for Odyssey, the 5600G is $220. What's $220? Oh, Palmhead is going to get a 3060. Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, the 5600 is like the slightly lower clocked version of the 5600X. But the 5600G and the 5600X actually don't have that much in common, except for the core clock. No, for the core count. They basically only have like the core count in common. Yes, it used to be an extremely good choice when you just couldn't buy any GPUs. Like when just buying any GPU was just a waste of money. You were just way better off just buying a 5600G and waiting a little bit. Yeah, but now you can buy something nice, right? That paid off. It's usually cheapest in the US. Yes, exactly infected. Oh, I so came to hate those screen read tubers. And the problem is because they get a lot of clicks, you basically can't escape their videos. It's just gonna show you the thumbnail because people keep clicking on that stuff. It's impossible to get away. Combat is way too easy in this game. Oh. Oh, they do a lot of damage. Okay, I'm gonna have to run. How do I heal? No, that's not how you do it. Okay, I'm gonna catch up with chat now. Pamet says they were thinking of buying a PC 2019, suddenly COVID and chip shortage, and yeah, exactly that's what happened. I got like really lucky and was still able to buy some stuff for reasonable prices. Some of those textures that just don't look right. Why are these textures so low res? That's not right. Her model is high res, but those walls are not. Ethereum says they're happy they've watched this video. Oh, I hope they are. Yeah, just gonna play the budget game for a little bit longer. See, in like 2 generations, this performance here will be like 70 tier card, and you can probably get it for like 400-500. And then you can buy the more budget stuff on the used market, and you can get like an insanely nice rig pretty soon for pretty cheap. Because you have to keep in mind, as time goes on, the backlog of awesome games is going to increase. So you're gonna have nice, really nice looking games that will be easy to run. And if you're not chasing after the newest game all the time, you can actually get away with cheaper hardware, right? Hang on, what are you guys talking about? R560 setup for the complete PC for 333. That's probably around reasonable. If you're getting a complete setup, I think that's about reasonable. Kari Moss. $333 for a complete Ryzen 5 4600G setup. That's probably about fair. Emulation on the 4090, no, that's pointless. It's going to rely more on CPU. I could do that on my Linux rig. Then Nerd of XXY talks about his 5950X 2080. Do I maintain backup copies of data? Well, yes, I have a server. I have a server here and I use it for all sorts of things. Data storage, running VMs, yeah, loads of stuff on my server. And then says Homaru. I'm not sure why it says negative 1% CPU utilization. I think it's just a bug, but I've had it on multiple CPUs now. I don't know why that's happening. Also, you guys can see we have a second GPU. We have the Vega 7, and that one it's at 0% utilization, and it's at 37C. Enrod, I think that's gonna depend on the game. In some games, yes, you will be limited by your CPU a little bit. In other games, probably not quite. It's gonna depend. It's gonna depend on the game. So, okay, so they want to upgrade their motherboard and processor. Arthur J. Morgan wants to upgrade his processor. Well, maybe you can do my overclocking trick. If it made the difference between 3 and 4. Well, on cards, and currently I think all cards that are out and have a 16x connection, it's not going to make a difference. I think you get a little bit of a difference on like the 6600 XT because they're by 8 and not by 16 electrically. So in some games you get a little bit performance hit there. A tiny hit, like in Doom Eternal, if you're gonna go like high refresh. We're gonna try Witcher 3 later on. I need to enable a resize bar, and I'm gonna stick in the 5900X, and I'm gonna tune in the RAM and overclock the CPU maybe, or at least like power unlock the CPU. And then we're gonna check out some more games later on. Because this stream is only gonna go for another couple of minutes now. Sorry, guys. Let me check. We're gonna go. We're gonna go for a couple more minutes here. But then I think on most new CPUs and motherboards, you're gonna get PCIe 4. Also, if you are on a 5600G now and you're asking me about, oh, is it gonna bottleneck this and this graphics card? At some point, I think when you're thinking about spending like $400, $500 on a new graphics card now, you should maybe also consider that you can sell your 5600G for like $80 or so, and you can buy like a 5700, an R7 5700 for like $200. So you can make that upgrade. It's only going to cost you like $100 to upgrade the CPU. So keep that in mind if you want to play like really high refresh stuff. Yes, if you want really fast SSDs, then it makes sense. For 600 is like $150, says another. Oh, you've asked another question. Sorry, I missed that. Yeah, if you can tighten down your RAM a little bit, that's going to help. Like if you can make your RAM lower latency, if you can make it like faster and or lower latency, that's going to improve your performance a little bit. But don't expect it to make a huge difference. It mostly doesn't, unless your current setting is extremely bad. Exactly. So yeah, we have people in chat know what's up. That's good. So I can focus on being funny, as if I could, and you guys can answer the technical questions. So we're now a good team here. So now basically we have enough people in chat, so I can outsource. I can outsource the serious stuff to chat. Let me check. I have to check my text messages. Hi, Lorenzo T. Lorenzo, I've really, really bad news for you. Really, really bad news. It's just I have a comment on that, another. So I think it's good practice to try and get most of the performance out of your stuff, but never do it at the cost of system stability or longevity, right? Like if you squeeze the overclock so hard that it's like crashing regularly or whatever, you're gonna have a worse experience overall, and it's not gonna be worth that 1 or 2% performance you're trying to squeeze out of it in the first place. You're just gonna waste a lot of time, and you're gonna have a worse experience if your system's crashing all the time. Also, Lorenzo, yeah, the really bad news is you've joined the stream and we're about to end the stream. In the next like 5 minutes or so, it's gonna be it. But I have really good news for you as well. There's gonna be another stream later. Oh, Hamza gave it away. No, Hamza gave it away. I was building up the joke, man. I was really building it up at 1 a.m. No, earlier than maybe 1 a.m. for you. No, I'm gonna be offline for maybe like 2 hours or so. I'm gonna have to do some shopping. I need some food. I'm all out of food. I need some. I need to stock up on some iced tea maybe, and we're gonna have to go for a bite to eat, and we're gonna be back. So probably like 2 hours time. Yes, the RAM overclocking guide is on the channel. Go to the playlist page. You'll see which playlist you gotta watch for that one. It's there. It's like APU overclocking guide playlist. I'm not sure what it's called. Although that one's specifically for iGPU performance, and if you're doing it for CPU performance, basically if you have a dedicated graphics card, you could use a different approach, may work a little bit better. But you can definitely learn something from that video series. If you've never done any overclocking, it's going to teach you the fundamentals of about your hardware. No, not a 3090, a 4090, Roman. It's going to be a 4090, and it's going to be a Ryzen 5900X. Lorenzo is from Italy. Well, then you're in the same time zone as I am. Yeah, you can test some RAM OC. I've got a pretty good RAM kit. The best RAM kit I have can do 4000, so DDR4 4000, and then C16 flat. That's the tightest I can make my best RAM kit. 5600G can do it all. No, see the card's only at 64C, so the card's not hot. The back plate's pretty hot. The back plate's definitely really hot to the touch. The heatsink's really hot, but it's pretty quiet. The card's quiet. Well, I shouldn't say the card is not quiet. The fans are quiet. The coil whine is really bad, guys. Really, really bad coil whine on this one. But it may be my old PSU that's at least partly responsible for that. Yeah, Nerd Off is a real nerd. That's always good to see. What do you know of Italy? Why are we talking about Italy? How many W's? You guys are not making sense right now. But Nerd Off is a real nerd. He's gonna get a nerd award pretty soon. But we're only at 70 FPS here. How many watts? Oh, he's asking about watts. The card's drawing 350 watts right now. And the CPU is drawing 31 watts. So the CPU is using over 10 times as much power. The GPU is using over 10 times as much power as the CPU. The game looks nice at 6K. Yeah, the 5900X is also gonna drink the power. I think that thing's gonna use over 100 watts here. It's about my PSU. It's an 850 watt PSU. It's a Be Quiet unit, an 850 watt Be Quiet unit. I had to actually, so it's actually an old PSU, because I've only ever needed like 450 watt PSU on my test bench. That's like the first time I've had to swap out the PSU. Like when I was running the the 1080 Ti and the 5900X on the test bench on 450 watt. I was a little bit worried, but it survived. Yeah, but the ambient temperature in my room it's pretty chilly still, but it's heating up. It's heating up. We're gonna get there. Okay, okay. Pasta. What's that? No, I know what pasta is, but what type of pasta is that? And why are you guys talking about pasta? Yes, you're a real nerd. We've gathered so much. But the good news for Nerd Off is that you're eligible to be a channel subscriber here. I will allow it, but only for you. Thermal pasta, copy pasta. Okay. I think he's already told his mom. I'm really hungry. I'm really hungry. My brother's late. Why is he late? I'm hungry. I want to go eat. I need food. I didn't have any food in the office, and I deemed it to be too cold outside to go and buy food earlier. So I don't have any food around. I ate my last apple. Oh, sorry to hear that. You can tell your girlfriend. No, you can't. Yeah. I always say you guys should tell your moms because almost all of you guys have moms. But I'm pretty certain it would be disrespectful to request you guys tell your girlfriends. I think that would be a little bit of a sore topic there. Now, Hamza, you sound like my girlfriend. She's always like, why don't you have, why you're not keeping any food around? Well, I'm usually going for a walk every day, and I go go buy my food every day because I'm gonna go for a walk anyway. So I don't need to stack that stuff up. Oh no, they got me. Well, I think in that case you should just go and look for a sugar mommy, and then you can tell your sugar mommy. I think you should press Alt F4 to pay respects. I think that's the modern way of doing it. Yeah, but she's not as good at climbing as Cassandra. Cassandra could climb absolutely everything, and she's worse. She's definitely worse. For example, she's not able to climb that, and Cassandra would have been able to do that. Delete says 32 to pay respects. Oh, yes. And Infected Rue says you should tell your friends. I think he's just being salty. I mean, that's such an insensitive comment. Gosh. I'm really sorry. Oh, he tries to retaliate. About girlfriends? Maybe they know more about your girlfriend than I do. But maybe not. And Abdul says, lol. Abdul's right. See, if you come here, you've got to be ready for some banter. Well, most days. Except for when it's Nerd Appreciation Day, which is actually pretty much every day for me. I'm so hungry. Are you guys hungry? I want to eat. You guys should suggest some good meals for me. No, I suggested their girl. Oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this so correct now. Okay, let me try that again. I suggested that their partner is imaginary. Oh, that guy got me. Bring it. Hang on, what's Carlos? You guys got to be nice. This needs to be a family friendly stream here. And every time it like deteriorates into some banter. Usually I'm just being nice and telling funny jokes, non-offensive jokes. Well, yes, but I didn't pay for it, obviously. Yeah, because we don't have VSync on. That's why you can see screen tearing. Because I'm not going to turn on VSync. Or any sync. I don't like sync. This is bottlenecking. No, it's not. It's not. You can see we have 98% GPU utilization on the 4090. But we're rendering at 6K. So keep that in mind. But it looks really nice for the most part, except for some textures here. Those look really bad. I'm not sure. This might be broken. I think AC Odyssey had like a similar issue sometimes. Because sync introduces latency, and I hate extra latency. I want it to feel as responsive as possible. And sync will always cause some sort of latency. Some, like VSync, is particularly bad for like input latency, right? It's because it's just gonna buffer the thing. But also like FreeSync and that stuff, it's also gonna increase latency a bit. So I'd rather take the screen tearing in most situations over the input latency. But I think most people rather not have the screen tearing. That's why we have so many different like sync technologies. But I don't really care. And if you're running like high frame rates on a high refresh display, you basically don't need sync because you're not going to be able to see the tearing anyway. Field of view. I haven't specifically checked, but let's see. I always use 15% in these games because that's how I like it. I feel like this is too close. But I think it's roughly the same performance. I don't think there's a huge difference. I think it's just mostly a preference setting. I guess you could run some benchmarks at some point, but why? Oh, I think we can murder these guys, can't we? Let's get him. Oh. He poked me. He poked me. At least here you can beat these guys. In Odyssey, you basically were unable to beat the guys at the little red skull were basically impossible to beat, and here you can actually beat them. Well, you can't know that. That's the reason why they have XMP profiles, because tuning RAM is a lot of work. It's a lot of work and it's not fun. That's why they have XMP profiles. Yeah, tiny impact on performance, maybe, but really, I wouldn't worry about that. Just pick the one that looks better to you. I like 115% better, but apparently you can see this is the type of thing. This one, Ubisoft like actually gets it right. You can play like this, be super zoomed in. Like, okay, it's still not as bad as like God of War. But God of War, it's like 45% field of view or whatever. And here you can zoom out, they get this right. Okay, my brother's gonna show up in 10 minutes time. So the stream will end in 10 minutes. But we're gonna be back after about 90 minutes, 2 hours or so, and I'm gonna be running a 5900X. Oh, you like the zoomed in one, Infinite? Do you like the really zoomed in camera? I'm not leaving just yet. Oh, Roman's leaving. Okay, Roman. See you later, Roman. Because I really hate the super zoomed in one. 16, 20, 20, 38. That sounds like reasonable timings. What's that? 3600? 3800 RAM? Yeah, I don't know. They just can't do like FOV sliders, or they zoom you in. Also, Callisto Protocol it's like you're also so zoomed in you just can't see anything. It's annoying. They want to be cinematic, but they're just being annoying. They should just give players the option to change it. Oh, it's 3200. Okay, so that's not super fast RAM then. You can probably work a little bit on that. If you give it a little bit more voltage and be careful with that, and you can maybe increase the clock frequency a little bit, then your latency is gonna go down. Oh, well, okay, so that's a good question. Why is my monitor 30 hertz? And the answer is it isn't. Well, it is and it isn't. So it can actually do 4K 60, but it can only do 4K 60 on DisplayPort. But because I'm capturing with a different PC, I have to use HDMI. And over HDMI, it can only do 30 hertz running 4K res. That's the reason. It's because I need HDMI. And this one's old and it cannot do 4K 60 over HDMI. Infinite wants to OC the RAM. Resetting CMOS. Yeah, I have a video on that. I have a video on my channel. It's called How to Reset CMOS the Easy Way or whatever. It's actually been a super slow burning video, but it's been accelerating. The number of views it's been getting, it's been accelerating for months now. This capture card can't handle that. No, that's not the problem. The monitor can't handle it. The capture card, I think, could do 4K 60. The interface can't handle it. Yeah, it's an old monitor. It's got old HDMI. It cannot do 60 hertz over HDMI. Yeah, so the interface can't handle it. The monitor can handle it. That's actually the right way to say that. I could hook it up to my second monitor. But to my primary monitor. ACU. Is that Assassin's Creed Unity? Well, the capture thing I have, it's basically just an HDMI. Well, calling it the capture thing, it's just a converter from HDMI to USB, right? And then it registers as a USB basically per USB camera protocol on my workstation. Okay, good luck. Good luck with that. I don't have every Ubisoft game. I don't have every Assassin's Creed game, and I haven't tested that one. I think the 3 remaster runs fine. Yeah, I haven't played any of the early AC games actually. We could also try to use a worse CPU, but I think it's not funny. I think that's not funny. There's probably someone they could use like a quad core, like some old server CPU. Okay. Okay, guys. Okay, okay. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. It's been a lot of fun. We're gonna be back later. If you guys have some requests, what you guys want to see, what we should test, the VOD of this stream is gonna be available right away. So you can go and leave a comment on this video or this VOD, and then I'm gonna see whether we can do it in the next stream. That's gonna start about 2 hours from now. So about, let's say about 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m. Central European time is gonna be the next stream. Thank you so much for stopping by. See you later.